The perfect crime doesn't end in a prison cell. It ends in a luxury villa with a new identity. These are the geniuses who outsmarted the FBI and vanished. Today, we redive into the shadows to uncover the stories of the most intelligent criminals who were never brought to justice. These aren't your typical smash-and-grab robbers. These are masterminds, ghosts in the machine, who planned and executed their crimes with such precision that they simply disappeared, leaving behind more questions than answers. First up, the legendary D.B. Cooper. On Thanksgiving Eve, 1971, a man calling himself Don Cooper hijacked a Boeing 727. He was calm, polite, and claimed to have a bomb in his briefcase. His demand, $200,000 in unmarked $20 bills and 4 parachutes. Once his demands were met, he ordered the plane to take off again, flying low and slow towards Mexico City. Somewhere over the rugged wilderness of southwestern Washington, he did the unthinkable. He jumped out of the back of the plane with the money and vanished into the stormy night. Despite one of the most extensive and expensive manhunts in U.S. history, D.B. Cooper was never found. No body, no parachute, just a small bundle of the ransom money discovered by a kid on a riverbank years later. Was he an experienced paratrooper? A disgruntled veteran? Or just an ordinary man who pulled off an extraordinary feat? For over 50 years, the FBI has chased his ghost, but D.B. Cooper remains America's only unsolved air piracy case, a true modern folk hero. Next, we journey to Boston, to the scene of the largest art heist in history. In the early hours of March 18, 1990, 2 men disguised as police officers conned their way into the Isabella Stewart Gardner Museum. They weren't clumsy thugs. They were selective. They roamed the halls for 81 minutes, carefully cutting priceless masterpieces from their frames. They stole 13 works of art, including paintings by Rembrandt, Vermeer, and Degas, valued today at over $500 million. Then, they walked out, and the art was never seen again. The empty frames still hang in the museum as a haunting reminder of the loss. The FBI has chased leads across the globe, from the Boston mob to the IRA, but every trail has gone cold. The thieves knew exactly what they were looking for, bypassing more valuable pieces for specific, less famous ones. This suggests a highly sophisticated client, or a deep, personal knowledge of art. Whoa, where is the art? The $10 million reward remains unclaimed, and the mystery of the Gardner heist continues to baffle investigators and art lovers alike. Now, let's head to the digital world, the new frontier for crime. In the late 1990s and early 2000s, a mysterious hacker or group of hackers known as the Shadow Brokers emerged. They weren't after money, at least not directly. They were after secrets. They managed to breach the National Security Agency, the NSA, one of the most secure intelligence agencies on the planet. They stole a massive arsenal of the NSA's own powerful hacking tools and 4 years, they sat on this digital goldmine. Then, in 2016, they started leaking these tools online, causing chaos and enabling devastating cyberattacks worldwide, like the WannaCry ransomware attack that crippled hospitals and businesses. The FBI and NSA launched a massive investigation, but the identity of the Shadow Brokers remains a complete mystery. Were they a foreign intelligence agency? A group of disgruntled insiders? Or something else entirely? They played a high-stakes game of cat and mouse with the world's most powerful government and won, exposing the vulnerabilities of those who watch us all. Let's turn back the clock to Victorian London, a city shrouded in fog and fear. This is the hunting ground of perhaps the most infamous uncaught killer of all time, Jack the Ripper. In the autumn of 1888, a series of brutal murders terrified the Whitechapel district. The victims were all women from the impoverished East End. The killer was methodical, displaying a chilling knowledge of human anatomy, leading many to believe he was a doctor or a surgeon. He taunted the police and the press with letters, famously signing one from hell. Scotland Yard was stumped. Despite interviewing hundreds of people and identifying several key suspects, they never made an arrest. The murders suddenly stopped, and Jack the Ripper faded back into the London fog from which he came. His identity has been debated for over a century, with theories pointing to everyone from a royal physician to a struggling artist. But without concrete proof, he remains a terrifying enigma, the ghost of a killer who held a city in his grip and got away with it. From London's fog to Japan's bustling streets, we meet the monster with 21 faces. This was not a single person, but a mysterious criminal group that terrorized Japan in the mid-1980s. Their target: major Japanese food corporations. Their campaign began with the kidnapping of the president of the Yazaki Glico Company. He escaped, but that was just the beginning. The group then sent letters to the media, boasting of their exploits and threatening to poison Glico's candy products with cyanide. They created nationwide panic. Store shelves were cleared, and Glico's stock plummeted. They played this game with several other companies, always staying one step ahead of the police. They left clues, communicated through letters, and even came face-to-face with an investigator, but were never identified. At one point, a police superintendent, feeling shamed by his failure to catch them, took his own life. After 17 months of chaos, the monster with 21 faces sent a final letter declaring, "We've decided to forget about torturing food companies, and were never heard from again. Their motives, identities, and ultimate goals remain one of Japan's biggest unsolved mysteries." Finally, we have the Zodiac Killer, who haunted Northern California in the late 1960s and early 1970s. Like Jack the Ripper, the Zodiac taunted the police and the public with a series of bizarre letters and cryptic ciphers sent to local newspapers. He claimed responsibility for at least 5 murders, though he boasted of killing as many as 37 people. His ciphers were incredibly complex. One, the Z408 cipher, was cracked by a schoolteacher and his wife, but it revealed little about his identity. Another, the Z340 cipher, remained unsolved for over 50 years, until it was finally cracked in 2020 by a team of amateur The message still offered no name, just more taunts. Despite a massive investigation, numerous suspects, and even a surviving victim's description, the man behind the hooded costume and the chilling symbol was never identified. The case went cold, but the Zodiac's legend lives on, a symbol of a killer who played a deadly game with society and simply walked away. These individuals and groups represent the pinnacle of criminal intelligence and audacity. They planned meticulously, executed flawlessly, and understood human psychology and the weaknesses of the systems they attacked, from D.B. Cooper's daring leap into the unknown to the Gardner thieves' silent raid, the shadow brokers' digital warfare, and the terrifying games of the Ripper, the monster with 21 faces, and the Zodiac. They all share one thing in common: they were never caught. Their stories serve as a chilling reminder that sometimes the smartest person in the room isn't the detective, but the criminal who leaves no trace. They are the ghosts in our history, the masterminds who achieved the perfect crime and faded into legend. What do you think? Who is the most brilliant of them all? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you're fascinated by the mysteries that authorities just can't solve, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the unknown. Thanks for watching.